If your puppy is zooming around the house, biting at your ankles, and ignoring every command, your first instinct is likely to increase the activity. You assume they have too much energy and simply need more playtime. The white ridge method identifies a different cause. Behavior begins with biology. That wild behavior is often a signal of profound exhaustion. When you recognize that an overtired puppy mimics a hyperactive toddler, you can stop searching for new games and start looking for a place for them to sleep. In this state, the dog is dysregulated. Their nervous system is entirely overwhelmed, making it impossible for them to process new information or listen to instructions. This shift in perspective, from judging a dog as stubborn to seeing them as biologically overtaxed, is the first step toward a more effective training relationship. This leads us to the environment, specifically the crate. Owners often struggle with a deep sense of guilt here. You feel like you are locking your puppy away, or that using a crate is somehow unfair to a social animal. The puppy's initial reaction often mirrors your anxiety. They sit tensely, ears pinned back, with wide eyes scanning the room for an exit. However, we cannot teach new skills to a dysregulated brain. To build a reliable relationship, we must use the environment to change the puppy's internal state. At White Ridge, the rule is simple: regulate before you educate. We begin by transforming the crate into a den. Dogs instinctively seek out small, secure spaces where they can relax without having to monitor the world around them. This provides the puppy with a dedicated bedroom that promotes rest. A functional den requires specific sizing. A puppy needs room to stand, turn, and lie flat. Snug spaces prevent accidents. Safety is non-negotiable. Remove all collars, harnesses, and tags before the puppy enters, preventing snags on the wire mesh and serious injury. Once the den is safe, we build a positive association through choice. Instead of forcing the puppy inside, you toss high-value treats into the crate and hide their favorite toys there for them to discover on their own. We then introduce long-lasting frozen food items like stuffed Kongs or pumpkin. This is a deliberate physiologic strategy. The act of sustained chewing and licking triggers a specific internal response in the puppy. This process creates a chemical link in the brain. The puppy begins to associate the crate with dopamine, snacks, and a feeling of physical comfort. Linking the physical space to these positive biological inputs provides a reliable way to shift the dog into a regulated state. Strategy matters just as much as setup. Timing a crate session for when a puppy is already tired is the key to success. Forcing a settle on an excited puppy is like asking a toddler to nap in the middle of a birthday party. The daily routine should lead naturally to the crate. Ensure the puppy has already finished a potty break, a prey session, a training block, and their meal before guiding them into their den. To build their independence, practice short, successful departures. Start by walking to the mailbox and returning before the puppy shows any signs of distress. Seeing your puppy remain calm during these brief absences provides immediate proof that your training plan is working. When you time crate sessions correctly and keep your departures short, you prevent the puppy's nervous system from slipping back into a state of panic. Through consistent, positive repetitions, the dog begins to choose the crate. They eventually walk in unprompted, recognizing it as their safe place. You can identify the biological shift by watching their body language. The puppy lies fully on its side, the tension leaves their eyes, and their breathing begins to steady. The final indicator is a long, slow exhale. At this moment, the nervous system drops into a parasympathetic state, the biological mode for deep, restorative rest. The formerly chaotic puppy is now motionless. The wire box has functioned as a biological sanctuary, allowing the dog to fully reset. This rest carries over into their daily life. A well-rested puppy avoids the destructive chewing and frantic behavior caused by overstimulation. They become more attentive during training, because their brain is actually capable of learning. By prioritizing biological regulation, we help the dog become a calm, confident learner. Seeing your puppy choose rest validates your role as an effective leader. When you understand the science behind the behavior, the guesswork and frustration disappear. Calm dogs, confident humans.